There, welcome back to the Grown Bold Test Kitchen. I'm Naf Hanow from Grown Bold Foods. Today we're going to be cooking our new rack of lamb shortcut. So, why did we make a shortcut rack of lamb? So you can see here that the bones are much shorter than in our regular rack of lamb, which would come out to about here, or a French rack of lamb where we would be cleaning off most of this, or our cap-on rack of lamb, which would have a fat cap but also be Frenched. So the reason why you do a shortcut rack of lamb is because it's just pretty. And it's just a really nice way to serve rack of lamb. It's a little bit different, and it makes these really cute chops when you do serve it. So you get the benefit of the extra, meat and fat here at the top of the bone, and you get a good bite, but it's still a nice small chop and easy to work with. The other benefit of this short rack is you don't have to worry about the French bones getting burnt or the difficulty of cooking. Sometimes when you're cooking a French rack, you might have to cap it with foil. You don't have to worry about any of that here. So that's why we started selling this shortcut rack of lamb. Elegant and delicious. Shortcut rack of lamb is part of our butcher's cut line. It's expensive and you want to cook it correctly. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to do just that. There's two options you have for cooking this rack of lamb. You can roast it in your oven to 135, which is great and delicious. Must have a meat thermometer if you're going to do that. We recommend 135 as your target temperature for lamb. And if you have a probe on your oven, those are really great because then you can really cook it precisely. Or you can sous vide. It's all the rage and it's a really great way to know exactly where you're going to cook it to. So all you have to do for the sous vide, salt and pepper, so sous vide is so easy. You can use any freezer Ziploc bag. We recommend not using the storage bags. They're not quite as heavy duty. Especially with a bone-in cut, you just want to be careful putting it in there and watching out. You don't want to get fat or salt and pepper in the closure. And we're going to use the water displacement method to get a good seal on this bag. So the bag is open. I'm going to close it now down to the corner, and I'm going to drop the meat in. And now what's happening is the water pressure is pushing the air out of the bag. I should have let more out before I started, but that's okay. So now you can see that the lamb is so-called, is quote-unquote sinking because there's no extra air down there, and I just keep pushing this down and zip, and there we're good. So now our lamb is in at 135, and I will see you in 3 or 4 hours when it's ready to go and hit the grill. Here we have our shortcut rack of lamb that's been in the sous vide at 135 for about 3.5 hours. So we're going to stick it in an ice bath. That is water and ice. Family recipe. So this ice bath, this is called shocking your meat, and what's shocking about it is that it quickly brings the temperature down from 135, which is what we wanted in terms of cooking, to a cooler temperature so that when we sear it out on the grill or in a cast iron pan, it's not going to overcook because the sous vide did the cooking. The searing is really just to get the outsides caramelized and get that Maillard reaction that makes the meat taste amazing. I'm going to take the lamb out, dry it off, and you can save this liquid that's in your bag. It's great for making pan sauces or other gravies with. Not necessarily going to do that today because I'm grilling, but you can keep it in the freezer and you can use it as your chillant or your stock base. So now we have that shortcut rack of lamb cooked. This is the uncooked, that single chop that I took off before, and this is the remaining 7 bone rack. Yeah, I have my spice rub here with granulated garlic, za'atar, smoky paprika, Aleppo pepper, ginger, and salt and pepper, and a little bit of curry. That's what it was, a little bit of curry. Mix it up. we're outside, the grill is lit, preheated. We're gonna sear our lamb chops, or our rack of lamb and lamb chop. And how long you're gonna sear really depends on the heat of your grill. That's not something I can tell you it's exactly 3 minutes, it's exactly 4 minutes. It's gonna be somewhere from 1.5 to 5 minutes per side, depending on how hot your grill is, but you wanna be as hot as you can so you can get a quick sear. Now I'm gonna show you a little pro tip. These are rosemary stems. I just stick them in here. Got a little fragrant smoke. Just a kiss. All these are searing. Here is our shortcut rack of lamb, seared on all 4 sides. 4 sides, 6 sides, you know, it's a little funny shape, but you do your best, sear it all. And now we're gonna carve it into 3 double chops. So why grow and behold lamb? You probably know this already, but our lambs are raised on pasture in the Shenandoah Valley. The fat is sweet, not gamey, they're young, they're tender, they're delicious. You're not gonna find better tasting lamb anywhere, even if you go to Australia.